family raising a child with special needs is forced to make dramatic choices. In the United States, the cost of healthcare can be really high, with medical treatments even pushing insured people into debt. Medicaid, while helpful, doesn't even begin to cover every expense for patients with special needs, which makes a family willing to go through all hardships for their loved one really special. Hannah Fouch is 10 years old, but taking care of her isn't like taking care of a normal 10-year-old. It's like taking care of a toddler. Hannah has a condition called cerebral palsy, which is caused by a lack of oxygen to the brain during birth or pregnancy. There are many forms and degrees to it, but Hannah's is on the more serious side of the spectrum. While some people with CP can walk, talk, and move around without too much of a problem, others are bound to wheelchairs and cannot even speak, with Hannah unfortunately belonging to the latter. But her parents are willing to dedicate their lives to their daughter. Her physical challenges mean that her parents, Vicky and Tim, have to care for her 24/7, and that includes everything from bathing to mealtime. The good thing is that Hannah actually has the cognitive ability to communicate. She just can't form the words. So, whenever she needs something, she uses an app on her iPad to speak for her, which has become an invaluable tool that she often uses to ask for more pretzel bites. It's been an uphill battle for both her and her parents, with them having to carry her down the hall, lift her into her safety bed, and everything in between. But it gets even tougher. When Tim isn't taking care of his daughters, he's working a full-time job as a private construction manager, where he makes under $45,000 a year, and it's the family's only source of income, as Vicky needs to stay home with the kids. Their oldest daughter, Bethany, had already moved out, but Vicky and Tim took in their teenage niece last year, so they remained a family of 5, which means they struggle to make ends meet, especially when they have to consider giving the best possible treatment to their disabled daughter. "I work hard," Tim says. "As a husband and a dad, you try to maintain a balance of working and being there for your family too. When you do that, you still feel like you're falling short at the end of the month. It gets frustrating sometimes." Still, the family tries all it can, but despite Vicky's brilliant budgeting, the Fouches are $15,000 in debt due to unexpected emergencies like a lack of reimbursements for Hannah. "We never have money to save," Vicky says. "We're lucky to have enough to pay our bills." Even though Tim has a lot of experience in his field, it's not a good idea for him to get a better job at the moment. The family depends on Medicaid and Social Security to cover Hannah's expenses, and if Tim got a higher salary, they could lose the benefits, leaving them stuck between a rock and a hard place. The benefits currently cover homeschooling expenses, treatments, therapy, and equipment like an electric wheelchair, a walker, and the iPad that allowed Hannah to communicate, so you can see why they would be reluctant to lose them. Each week, Hannah also sees a speech, physical, and occupational therapist while participating in therapeutic horse riding. Still, not all the covered expenses are that great. Hannah's shower chair is uncomfortable, while her diapers often leak. Even her electric wheelchair, which is vital to her mobility, has malfunctioned many times. The family also really wants Hannah to have a mobile stander that would support her to stand up straight and even walk a bit, but Medicaid wouldn't cover it since she already had an electric wheelchair, so the family has no choice but to choose their battles. When the family falls financially short for Hannah's expenses, they often raise funds by selling bracelets or Girl Scout cookies, while the rest is paid with the Fouch's tax return. though it unfortunately never lasts the year. So, though Vicky does a lot for her family, she sometimes wishes that she could add a second income to the family. But Tim says he's very thankful for the role she's taken on in the house. It's worth a lot for her to be with our children and give them a good education, he says. The Fouches are truly dedicated to their children, even ensuring their other daughter, Michaela, gets to have hobbies such as gymnastics and t-ball, even if it's not always possible for them to keep paying for the classes every week. And as for the future, well, nothing is certain. It may not seem like it, but Hannah has already made great strides in her recovery. She can now sit up unassisted, and she has even participated in the Special Olympics. But her struggles have not ended yet, and even with the intense physical and speech therapy, chances are that Hannah will never be truly independent. If we could have one wish for her, I would really hope at some point that she could be able to speak, Vicky revealed. Even as the future looms with uncertainty, the one thing Vicky and Tim do know is that they never want to place Hannah in a nursing home. Overall, their greatest hope for their daughter is one most parents have for their child. We just want her to have as good of a life as she can, they said.